Hi, I'm Jamie Yoder, president of Snapsheet. It's a pleasure to talk to you today about the self-driving claim. Obviously, it'd be a lot more enjoyable to be talking with you in person, but hopefully we'll get a chance soon. I know many of the discussions delayed and certainly at this event center on the future of claims and specifically an in-destination of touchless claims with the magic of new technology handling the claim completely automatically and the essential stop along the way at the virtual claims cafe. Because if you can't start the process with a new model of engagement, the rest can never happen. Not to mention that when done optimally, that alone can achieve a step change in benefits. Like most operating model shifts, though, this isn't whether you are at that exact destination or not. The benefits and changes are evolutionary and happen continuously along the road. So what's really important isn't the end destination. Everyone gets where and why to go. It's about how to get there. It's not about some magic bullet AI solution. It starts with flipping the model of who drives the claim itself. Rather than the adjuster determining next steps and setting diary for follow-up, the self-driving claim, which knows its own status and all actions it needs to complete, and is the captain of the process, determining and connecting to the right resource, whether it's a machine or a person, to complete each task at the right time. This allows the process to evolve as new capabilities and models become available to automate and augment key decisions and actions without a big system upgrade or more costly and time-intensive IT projects. I think we've all had enough of those. But like the self-driving car, early on in its augmented decisions like lane assist, automatic braking, and then particular use cases for automation like traffic jams, and then eventually continuing its evolution towards more and more automation, and still allowing the human to be involved and drive a great experience. As I've already said, most everyone gets the why, so I won't spend a lot of time on it here. Better, faster, cheaper, right? A lot better customer satisfaction. You know, we all know the key levers. But what we'll spend a little time on is why now and why we need to drive faster. Obviously, the external and internal factors, the dominoes have been there for some time. Expense pressures, consumer expectations, mobile penetration, all creating pressure on carriers to drive the pace of change. And certainly there's been digital transformation efforts going on for as long as I can remember. And while the dominoes have been falling, COVID just wiped out the table. And in many cases exposed how far we'd gotten, or rather not gotten, as evidenced by payments where 80% are still manually sent by check, or the heroic efforts it took to support our suddenly remote workforces and entirely new engagement models for many, like virtual. And on that front, over the last few months, I like you, I'm sure, have often been asked the question, so how has COVID affected your business operation? And it's funny, in answering it reminded me of the discussion I had with my mom right when shelter in place started. And for those who don't know, I grew up in a rural Amish community. So I was joking with my mom that they'd been practicing social distancing as a way of life. And really that, you know, she particularly, all the canning she had done with the basement filled to the brim with fruits and vegetables was as if she'd been preparing her whole life for this moment, you know, when you weren't supposed to leave the house. And now you have everything you'd ever need. And so, you know, and I bring that up because, you know, it's funny because I felt my answer to how COVID affected the business operations for Snapsheet was somewhat similar. COVID instantly made virtual a dominant method of inspection. And I've heard numerous comments from claims leaders in response to this change, such as virtual is pretty new, we're just learning how to do it. But for us at Snapsheet, we've been operating this way for almost an entire decade, our entire existence, by design, not by necessity, and have continuously improved our technology to optimize operations at scale with over 90 plus clients and 90% plus opt-in from customers, starting with getting photos every time through omnichannel engagement from anywhere and any way, and then using the self-driving claim to provide intelligent dispatch and automated workflow to get the right work to the right resource at the right time with all the right information and tools. That's a lot of rights, right? Managing the full repair process, including supplement, total loss, and all the information such as labor and tax rates and guidelines. But Snapsheet Appraisal Services was our head start demonstrating the full potential of virtual, but it's always been about our technology platform, building out the self-driving claim chassis and the digital engagement capabilities, and then continuing to evolve and expand its application. Now offering a full suite of cloud-based SaaS solutions, ranging from out-of-the-box to integrated modules to a full enterprise claim solution. Snapsheet claims, end-to-end claims management, F&OL engagement to investigations, restoration and repair to financial settlement and recovery for auto and property and soon other lines of P&C. And Snapsheet appraisals, taking our technology platform, the only system built to manage the end-to-end virtual appraisal and repair process, bridging the gap between traditional claim systems and estimatics, both as separate out of the box or integrated within Snapsheet claims or your own claims environment. Available at varying levels with all the capabilities I had mentioned, such as out-of-the-box photo capture, digital interaction, intelligent dispatch, all the way to end-to-end automation. And then Snapsheet Payments, the digital solution for all your disbursements workflows for both customers and vendors, including an extensive pre-enrolled Snapsheet vendor network to drive adoption of digital payment methods, gaining adoption as high as 70% for all lines of P&C and life, annuities, and disabilities. So I've talked about the road to virtual and touchless and introduced the notion of the self-driving claim to take you on that journey. But what is it, right? So at its heart, it represents how the full potential of digital can enable new types of change within your organization. Again, starting with the notion of the smart claim driving the work, changing how you engage, changing how the work is managed, and changing how you work with others. So starting with changing how you engage. And so the self-driving claim is designed from the outside in, starting with the customer, but including all stakeholders. It's interactive, it's proactive, it's engaging, and it's transparent. It's designed to provide assistance, ease, insight, and resolution throughout the customer's journey. While many claim systems were and still are built with silos of separate communication tools and ways of handling multimedia file types, the claim and anyone touching the claim must have the ability to use any channel to communicate to the customer and also have the ability to receive that information back directly into the claim in order to take action. This also means that anyone who touches the claim will be able to see every interaction, whether done by the system or another resource, and not lose any information across handoffs. When Snapsheet started virtual appraisals, it was essential to be able to get all the information from the customer in any way they wanted to provide it. So it was about creating the omni-channel engagement tools and workflows, including ingestion of any type of information. Obviously, photos were our initial requirement, but accepting of any type of information, whether that be photos or videos, documents, telematics, you name it. Today, we receive less than half of the photos via an app, and text, including automated text and email, are vital channels. This omni-channel engagement is also essential for providing automated and proactive follow-ups and communication, including making available real-time updates on status of the claim to necessary parties, such as the insured, adjuster, agent, vendors, and others. And of course, all this applies to the last mile as well, making the payment. Engagement and making it easy is essential to driving adoption of digital payments. The adjuster can simply ask that they'd like to be paid fast or slow, or the customer can be asked to choose. Most will say fast, and the system handles the rest. Many have provided access to multiple payment rails, but engagement is the key to digital payments adoption, along with providing the workflows to handle the specific claims use cases, such as multi-party, recurring payments, and others. Around how work is managed. So changing how work is managed is really at the heart of the change, the engine, or keeping with self-driving theme, the onboard computer of the self-driving claim. The claim is able to proactively drive human and machine actions to complete the claim quickly, automating an action or alerting the right adjuster at the moment anything is needed versus setting the diary and waiting for follow-up. Business users can change these assignment rules and workflows dynamically with no-code visual editors. The no-code visual editor allows you to codify business rules to operationalize proprietary practices and ensure process consistency and compliance, as well as enable continuous process improvement without more IT projects. This allows you to escape manual coordination of claims across adjuster inboxes and frees up tedious admin time to put the focus of management on process design and performance, coaching your teams to drive better improvements. And related to the other areas of change, but worth noting here, and I'll show examples of it in a bit, the claim is able to automate communications and follow-ups, assign and manage vendors, update the status, set and update reserves, and for the adjuster and the claims organization, a fast path to ensuring less administration and more attention on your customers and the key decisions where it's needed most. And finally, sort of changing how you work with others, and really from two levels, both from a technology perspective and from a vendor services perspective. From a technology perspective, it's true modern cloud native software as a service, modular, API driven at its core. And if you don't have a modular environment, your improvement function moves at the pace of the slowest link in the chain. If you do, you can take advantage anywhere in the business system. As I've mentioned already, it's not about a magic bullet single solution. It's about the chassis that allows you to take advantage of these directly into the process with a plug and play architecture to easily operationalize new innovations, or allow you to take advantage of models your analytics team is building, like potentially your own liability determination model, or improving your total loss predictor that you can then immediately take advantage of with little effort. From a vendor services perspective, claims is a party of many parties. As such, the self-driving claim should be able to easily assign, manage, and measure vendor and third-party performance. With the ability to incorporate services into the workflow editor easily, it allows you to leapfrog the integration and use of InsurTech features and vendor services, with pre-built integrations available with a click, such as fraud from players who are here today, like Frisk and Shift, rental and salvage vendors, investigation services, DocGen, and others. Right? So, a lot of concepts, a lot of the things, but what does this really look like? So this is the view of the no-code workflow editor, which is used to codify the stages and actions and business rules to complete the claim. Obviously, this is just a really simple example to make some of the earlier concepts more tangible, particularly how easily one can incorporate third-party services and automate activities. And if you get to the right, though, this is, as these actions occur, these actions are triggered when a new exposure is created. In this case, for auto physical damage, a receipt of F&OL. We've inserted a global event to check fraud score, but could be, this is Frisk, could be Shift with a click of the button. The claim also made an assignment to Snapsheet, well, why not? And to provide the estimate, and made an assignment to Hertz for a rental car. And it also actually sent an email to the customer asking to submit photos for the damage using the predefined template, which also could have been an SMS that it sent. The responses will come back directly into this claim as well, and the ability to take action. And from there, the additional steps of the workflow can be handled. So touchless virtual, right? So, how are you getting there, right? It needs a hard look at the technology and to support what you need. Now, have you recently embraced virtual by necessity, and you're looking at how this becomes a strategic part of what you're trying to do, and how do you provide the tools to make your resources the most effective, especially as volume returns? Are you embarking on a digital transformation to improve engagement, drive increasing claims automation, or perhaps facing a major platform upgrade? Right? If so, it might be worth a look at a platform designed for the virtual and touchless journey. And from the start, built cloud native, built for digital engagement, intelligent automation, no code management, modular, API driven at its core, and not something added or replatformed or upgraded. I've introduced the self-driving claim and how it can help change the way you engage, change the way the work is managed, and change the way you're able to work with others. But would love to show you much, much more, including a full demo of all of these concepts. Practicality. Just send me an email at jamie.yoder@snapsheet.me. Thank you so much for your time, and I truly look forward to hearing from you and hopefully seeing you at an event sometime very soon. Take care.